What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So something's finally going to happen. We've been waiting for quite some time for this to actually take place, and it is. I want to address what's going on and why this is actually going to bring some relief to the American people. Now, here's what I can tell you. Inflation is what everybody's been talking about over the past, really, I don't know, year, 2 years? Everybody's been talking about inflation. Well, on Wednesday, we're going to get our July CPI report. Some expect it's actually going to go down, which is going to be great, because at 9.1%, this is really impacting every single person here in the United States and honestly in the entire world. But something's going to happen, and it's a specific piece to the CPI report. So what's actually going to happen? Well, gas prices are starting to come down faster. This is good. It's not just gas prices. It is diesel prices as well. These are starting to drop. And for gas and diesel to come down in price, this is going to bring everything else down as well. And that's really good news. Because here's what I can tell you. We know gas prices as of today, as of August 8th, are $4.05. This is the national average for a gallon of gas here in the United States. They were actually $4.21 a week ago. So they've came down 16 cents. Gas prices were $4.71 a month ago. So it's come down 65 cents in 1 month. That's good news. We are 5 cents away from being at $4. $4 was the benchmark because everyone said once prices got over $4, we are going to see runaway inflation. That's pretty much what we've seen. And then they said once gas prices got over $5, we would see hyperinflation if it wasn't controlled. Well, we got it controlled. We knew that the Biden administration would step in. They would figure out a way to bring prices down, but it was going to be a temporary move. That's exactly what happened. That's what many experts said was that the Biden administration releasing millions and millions of barrels of oil from our strategic petroleum reserve, this was only going to be a temporary fix. Well, that's fine if it was a temporary fix because now we're seeing less people traveling as we're getting into the middle of August. People are going back to school. Families are going back to a regular work schedule, right? And so these are things that are keeping people around their homes, which means they're not traveling, which means gas prices will come down. Well, as far as diesel prices, and there's some good news here is as diesel prices come down, everything else is going to get cheaper. This is good news on this part. So diesel prices as of today are $5.14.3. Well, they were $5.27 a week ago, so they've come down about 13 cents. They were actually $5.67 a month ago, so they've come down about 53 cents in 1 month. Again, that's good. If we see prices for diesel drop under $5, that's what we need to see. This is what is going to really provide some relief to the American people. Because the good news about gas prices and diesel prices in general coming down is experts anticipate they're going to fall even more and even faster as we get into the fall. This will actually bring down the prices of things like food, goods, services, and driving in general. Because driving is getting so expensive. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind, when prices drop, there's a lag between the cost of the goods and services dropping as well. So even though gas prices are dropping now, and they have been for about a month, what you need to keep in mind is things will not get much cheaper for about another 2 to 3 months in regards to gasoline prices and shipping and transportation. And again, I bring this up because I heard just the other day from somebody is gas prices are coming down, but why is food still so expensive? Food is expensive because of some of the ingredients, some of the materials that is used to make some of these products, the packaging, not necessarily 100% of just shipping and transportation costs. So that's one of the things you need to keep in mind. Another thing, and again, this is good news that this is finally going to happen because we've been hearing from government officials and multiple energy experts over the past about 6 months, now definitely over the past 3 months, is that leading into the summer, prices are going to rise. And leading into the fall, prices are likely to decline. And one of the things that people are saying is if we continue to see COVID cases surge and somewhat have a rebound, which we're kind of seeing, if we see this around the United States, what many people are expecting is we're going to see gas prices drop even further. We're going to see demand for goods and services drop as well, which if we see demand drop but the supply is still the same, prices are going to just drop. We're going to see a big, huge bottom to the price market. And so things will look up. Things are going to be a little bit better. And this right here is going to be the true relief to the American people. Now, I wanted to bring this up today because obviously yesterday the Senate passed the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. And a lot of people are saying that the Inflation Reduction Act is not going to provide any relief for inflation. But if you look at the reports, and I'm not talking about looking at the report, the CPI report on Wednesday, August 10th, that's not going to tell us anything because the bill was just passed. And again, it's passed in the Senate. It hasn't even been passed in the House, hasn't been signed by President Biden. It's not even a bill yet, right? It's not even a law, okay? But keep in mind that the Inflation Reduction Act, chances are it's actually going to add to inflationary pressures. But with gas prices and diesel prices dropping, that could actually bring inflation down. So just understand, and I'm not trying to bash Democrats here or even bash Republicans, but this bill that was just passed, it may not do anything to bring down inflation. Inflation would seriously be probably between 8.5 and 9.5% even without this bill, but we're not going to know that until next month. So we got a little ways to go. Just wanted to fill you in on what's kind of going on here because I know a lot of people are questioning what's really going on and what's happening for the American people. Is Congress really looking at the American people and seeing, hey, how can I help them? Or is it how can we put more money in our pockets so we can have a better life, so we can win the next election? That's what some people are wondering. So good news is this is finally happening. Prices are coming down. We are getting some relief around the world as well. We'll see if we go back and start buying Russian oil into as much as we did. And I think a lot of other countries are looking at the exact same thing. Is we may be dependent on this oil from Russia, whether we like it or not, because if we don't buy it and we don't do what Russia says, well, we're going to have to pay more for the foreseeable future. And that's not what we need to be doing here in the United States, because if we pay more on gasoline, yeah, it makes an electric vehicle look much more appealing. Problem there is electric vehicles are still very expensive. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But the good news is things are finally starting to come down, and this is going to bring true relief to the American people very soon. But you just have to be a little bit patient because it's not going to happen overnight.